Okay, so we're going to do some examples here with our exponents or indices. We're going to leave it as positive exponents. So we'll start off here. Using the rule, I know this 3 belongs to both 2 to the power 3 and x to the power 5 to the power 3 times x over 12x to the 7th, which then simplifies to, well, 2 to the 3 is 8 times, I multiply these, x to the 15 times x over 12x to the 7th. And then I usually like to simplify the top and then have the bottom simplified and then subtract the 2. So this is the 16th because there's a 1 here and I add them. And this is a 12x to the 7th. So now imagine I have 16 x's written out and 7 on the bottom. A bunch of them will cancel. Those will all cancel. And I'm left with, well, 16 minus 7 is 9. And so there's 9 x's remaining, all multiplied. And then the numbers here, this can simplify. This divides by 4 and I get 2. This divides by 4 and I get 3. And so I get 2/3 x to the 9th. You can also realize this is written 2/3 x to the 9th. These are exactly the same. But this is the one that I would probably expect to see. Yeah, let's try this next example here. So this one just looks really confusing. You have to consider that all these things in the parentheses are exactly the same. So all my rules for exponents apply for them. And so I'm going to bring them together on the top of the fraction. So I get 3z plus 1 to the power of 9 over 12 times 3z plus 1 to the 5th. And again, I have 9 of these all written out and 5 of those there. So I subtract 9 minus 5. So it's 18. 3z plus 1 to the 9 minus 5 is 4. Because I go 9 minus 5. This exponent, subtract that one, over 12. And simplifying the fractions, they are both divisible by 6. And that's a 3, and that's a 2. And the reason why that works is because 18 over 12 is the same as 3 times 6 over 2 times 6. That's 1. So I'm eliminating versions of 1, and so I have 3 halves left. So 3x plus 1 to the 4th over 2 is simplified. And finally, the last one here. These, if I had this problem here, x squared times x to the 5th over x to the 3rd, you would simply add those to get x to the 7th or x to the 4th. And then you would subtract those to get x to the 4th. Well, these numbers are no different. These exponents, though fractions, the same operations apply. And so I'm going to go a to the 1/4 plus 1/3 over a to the 1/6. And over here, I'm going to do some scratch work here. I'm going to just do 1/4 plus 1/3. Common denominator is 12, so I multiply by 3 over 3, 4 over 4. And so I get 3 over 12 plus 4 over 12, which is 7 over 12. And so this is a to the 7 over 12 divided by a to the 1/6. Well, now I have to subtract those two. So my scratch work minus 1/6 is equal to, again, common denominator, so 7/12 minus, this will be 2/12, which gives me 5/12. And so this ends up being a to the 5/12, and that is simplified. Don't be scared of the fractions. Do the same operations as you would with integers. And that sums up indice rules.